All right, let's begin. kadācit kālindī-tat a-vipina-san mudabhiri-nari vadana-kamala-swada-madhupaha Rama-sambhu-brahma-marupati Ganesha-archit-pado Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Bhavatu Me Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Bhavatu Me Mujhe savye venum Shirasi Shikhipacham Katitate Dukulam Netrante सहचर कटाक्षं विदधते सदा श्रीमद्वृन्दा वनवसति लीला परिचयो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे महाम्बोधे स्थिरे कनकरुचिरे नीलशिखरे वसन प्रासादांत सहज बलभद्रेण बलिना सुभद्रा मध्यस्थ सकल सुर सेवावसरदो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे कृपा पारावारा सजल जलदर्शेणि रुचिरो रमावाणी राम स्फुरद अमलापङ्केरुहमुखः सुरैन्द्रैराराध्य श्रुतिगणशिखा गीतचरितो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे रथारूढ़ो गच्छन् पतिमिलित भूदेव पटलै स्तुतिर्प्रादुर्भावम् प्रतिपदम् उपाकर्ण सदया दया सिन्धुर्बन्धु सकल जगतां सिंधु सुतया जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे परब्रह्म पीडा कुवलय दलोत्फुल्ल नयनो निवासी नीलाद्रौ निहित चरणोऽनंत शिरसि रसानंदो राधा सरसवपुरालिंगन सुखो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे न वैयाचे राज्यं न च कनकमाणिक्य विभवम् न याचेऽहं रम्यां सकल जन काम्यां वरवधुं सदा काले काले प्रमथपतिना गीत चरितो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे हरत्वं संसारं द्रुततरम् असारं सुरपते हरत्वं पापानां विततिमपरं यादवपते अहो दीनेनाथे निहित चरणो निश्चितं मिदं जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे। All right. So today we are going to see about the Rath Yatra. Yesterday we cleansed the Gundicha temple. I have to explain the meaning of Jagannathashtkam. My mind just gets divided into explaining the meaning and going to the chapter, but I will explain this. It's so beautiful, the Jagannath Ashtakam. Last time we read one meaning, that sometimes in great happiness, Lord Jagannath makes a loud concert with his flute in the groves of the banks of Yamuna. He's like a bumblebee tasting the beautiful faces, lotus-like faces of the cowherd damsels of Raja and great personalities such as Lakshmi ji, Shiva, Brahma, Indra, and Ganesha. They all worship his lotus feet. May Jagannath be the object of my vision. So it starts, Jagannath ji, you are seeing Jagannath ji, but Jagannath ji is actually Krishna. So this Jagannath Ashtakam starts with Krishna only. Kadācit kālindī-tat a-vipina-san gītaka-ravo. Like someone sitting near the Kalindi, near the banks of Kalindi, and he's just playing his flute. Mudabiri Nari Vadana, and all the Naris, all the ladies of Vrindavan are surrounding him. And they are listening to the flute, and he is intoxicated by their lotus face. He is like a madhupaha, like a bumblebee enjoying the honey. While he's playing the music, these naris, these gopis are enjoying it so beautifully. Sometimes it happens when you are doing the performance and everybody's enjoying, you also enjoy. So Krishna is playing it, but he's looking at all these beautiful expressions on these beautiful gopis, and he's getting more intoxicated, and he's playing more beautifully, and their eyes are, showing all those expressions. So all this is happening near the banks of Yamuna. And all these gopis, all these cowherd ladies are standing there. Lakshmi ji, Brahma ji, Shiva, Ganesha, all of them worship this Krishna's feet. And that Krishna is Jagannath Swami in Puri. And we are praying, oh Jagannath Swami, Nayan Pathagami, Bhavatume, please come. Please come in my eyes. Please come in my vision. The second paragraph goes, Bhuje savye venum. On his hand, he has a beautiful flute. Shirashi shikipicham katitate. And he has a peacock feather. And he's wearing a beautiful silken yellow colored garment. And he's looking from his side eyes. He's giving a side glance to everyone. So he's playing the flute. One time he'll look there, then one time he's looking there, then one time he's looking there, one time he's looking there. So whatever is maybe if he's busy in his flute, but his attention is on all his devotees. And he's revealing himself through all these beautiful pastimes of Vrindavan. Dukulam netrate sahachara kataksham vidadate sada Srimad Vrinda Vanavasati Lila Parichayo. He always resides in Vrindavan. Not even for a second he goes out from Vrindavan, because Vrindavan is his home. Like whatever we go in the world, we come back to our home, right? So that is, Vrindavan is his home. He never leaves Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, he keeps on doing all these transcendental pastimes. That is his, that is him. So that Krishna, who never leaves Vrindavan, yet at the same time, he is residing in Puri as Jagannatha. Let that Jagannatha become the object of my vision. So we just explained two. All of them are so beautiful. I'll go to the next one tomorrow. Let us first get into the Rath Yatra mood now. What to do? Nectar flowing everywhere. Too much nectar. All right. So today we are reading from Madhya-lila, Lord's dancing at Rath Yatra. Yesterday we cleansed the temple, and after cleaning the temple, Bhagwan had prasadam, and now we are waiting for Rath Yatra. Bhagwan is going to come out of his temple, and then he's going to go to Gundicha. So that we are reading now. A summary of this chapter is given. After bathing early in the morning, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the deities and they get aboard in their 3 cars. So there are 3 cars. Oh. Subhadra's, Baldev's and Jagannathji's. And this function is called as Pandu Vijaya. And King Pratap Rudra took a broom with a golden handle and began to cleanse the road. Lord Jagannatha took permission from the goddess of fortune and then started in the car for Gundicha temple. The road to the temple led along a broad sandy beach, and on both sides of the road were residential quarters, houses and gardens. Along that road, the servants called Gaudas began to pull the cars. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu divided his Sankirtan party into 7 divisions with 2 mridangas in each division, and while performing kirtana, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited various transcendental symptoms. When the car reached the place known as Balagandi, the devotees offered deities simple food, and at this time in the nearby garden, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees took a brief rest from the dancing. Sajjat Krishna Chaitanya Sri Ratha-agre Nanaritayaha Yenasi Jagatam Chitram Jagannatho Api Vishmitaha. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, who danced in front of the car of Sri Jagannath, be all glorified by seeing his dancing. Not only was the whole universe held in wonder, but Lord Jagannath himself became very much astonished. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Prabhu Nityananda, all glories to Advaita Acharya, all glories to the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Shrota Gana Shunakari Ekamana, Ratha-yātrā Yaya Nitya Prabhur Prama Paramamohana. All glories to all the listeners of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Please hear the description of the dancing of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the Rath Yatra festival. His dancing is very enchanting. Please hear it with great attention. The next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his personal associates all got up early in the morning and took their baths. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his personal associates then went to the ceremony of Pandu Vijay. During the ceremony, Lord Jagannatha leaves his home and gets up onto the car. King Pratap Rudra came there. This is the customary. Even now, even till date, I have seen the king's son. I was very lucky when I went for the Rath Yatra. And the king's son is so humble, even today, he's so humble and very knowledgeable also. I was lucky enough at that time, Rath Yatra, when I went, there was a program of my Vaishnava Guru, Rajendra Maharaj, and in Jagannath Puri for 10 days, we could see the Rath Yatra and I could hear his lectures. And during that meeting, during that discourse, the prince, the current king of Odisha, their dynasty is there, their lineage is there. So he had come very humble, very humble and very knowledgeable person. So this is customary even today that the king's family will sweep the floor. So in that time when this Rath Yatra is happening, they're mentioning it here, King Pratap Rudra in person as well as his entourage allowed the Pandu Vijay ceremony to be seen by all the associates, and Advaita Acharya was there, Nityananda Prabhu was there, everybody was happy to serve Lord Jagannath and began the Rath Yatra. So to bring these deities are very huge, very big actually. I cannot even describe. Huge and heavy and big. So there, to bring them, it is written here, Balishta Daitya Gana Yena Matta Hati Jagannatha Vijaya Kare Hata Hati. The very strong-willed Daityas, carriers of Jagannath deity, were as powerful as drunken elephants. They manually carried Lord Jagannath from the throne to the car. So this word Daita refers to the one who has obtained the mercy of the Lord. These Daitas these are stalwart persons of Jagannath, and they do not come from very high caste families. They come from Shabara tribe. Shabar is from where Shabri came. Same Matanga tribe, that area. These people are the ones who rear pigs. They are the followers of another Devi called Varahi. Vara is boar. So that whole belt, Odisha belt, you will see there are worshippers of Shiva. There are worshippers of, there are tantric worshippers. There's Chausit temple, tantric worshippers, and in tantric worshipping, these two Devis come Matangi and Varahi. They are both worshipped in this shabar community. So this and the same shabar community are very blessed ones, though even though they are considered lower in the hierarchy of caste, but they are the ones who lift Bhagwan Jagannath, and because they have the energy, and they are the ones who lift Bhagwan and they bring them into the car. So these servants of Lord Jagannatha take care of the Lord from the day of Snana Yatra up to the time the Lord is carried from throne to the Rath Yatra. In the Kshetra Mahatmya, these Daitas are said to come from shabars and a caste that keeps and sells pigs. However, among the Daitas, there are also many who come from a Brahmana caste. Those Daitas come from Brahmana families are called Daitapatis, the leader of the Daitas. The Daitapatis offer such food such as sweetmeats to the Lord Jagannath during the Anavasar, the resting period of the Snayatra. They also make early morning offering of sweetmeats daily. And it is said that during the Anavasar, Lord Jagannath suffers from fever and that the Daitapatis offer him an infusion of drugs from represented by different fruit juices. It is said that in the beginning, Lord Jagannath was worshipped by the Shabars and was known as the deity Neel Madhav. Later, when the deity was established in the temple, the Lord became known as Jagannath. Because the deities were taken from Shabaras, all the Shabar devotees were elevated to the position of Daitas. So this is a tribe, Heli tribe. Katakadaita kare skanda alambana, Katakadaita dhare Shri Padma Charana. While carrying the deity of Lord Jagannatha, some of the Daitas took hold of the shoulders of the Lord, and some caught his lotus feet. The Lord Jagannath deity was bound at the waist by a strong, thick rope made of silk. From two sides, the Daitas caught hold of this rope and raised the deity. Strong, puffed up cotton pads called tulis were spread out from the throne to the car, and the heavy deity of Lord Jagannath was carried from one pillow-like pad to the next by the Daitas. While the Daitas carried a heavy Jagannath deity from one pad to the next, some of the pads broke, and cotton started floating here and there. When they broke, they made a very heavy cracking sound. Lord Jagannath is the maintainer of the whole universe. Who can carry him from one place to another? The Lord moves by his personal will just to perform his pastimes. When the Lord was transported from the throne to the car, tumultuous sound was made on various musical instruments. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted, Manima, Manima, but it could not be heard. While the Lord was being carried from the throne to the car, King Pratap Rudra personally engaged in the Lord's service by cleansing the road with a broom that had golden handle. So Bhagwan is sitting on the throne and he cleaned the road. The king sprinkled the road with sandalwood scented water. Although he was the owner of the royal throne, he engaged in menial service for the sake of Lord Jagannath. Although the king was the most exalted, respectable person, he still accepted this service, and therefore he became suitable for receiving the Lord's mercy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was looking at it, and he saw how Pratap Rudra was brooming the street. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his mind was very happy. And just by doing this service, he had attained the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu too. Everyone was astonished to see the decorations of the Ratha. The car appeared to be newly made of gold, and it was as high as Mount Sumeru. The decorations included bright mirrors and hundreds of charmers. On top of the car were a neat and clean canopy and very beautiful flag. The car was decorated with silken cloth and various pictures. Many brass bells, gongs, and ankle bells rang. You can picture in your mind the Rath Yatra. All of you have seen the Rath Yatra so many, at least in the pictures you have seen. So you can just picture that, those three canopies and beautiful looking tree cars. For the pastime of the Rath Yatra ceremony, Lord Jagannath got aboard one car, and his sister Subhadra and elder brothers Brahmana got aboard on the other cars. For 15 days, the Lord had remained in a secluded place with the Supreme Goddess of Fortune and had performed his pastimes. Having taken permission from the Goddess of Fortune, the Lord came out to ride on the Ratha car and performed his pastimes for the pleasure of his devotees. So here there is a thing, when Bhagwan comes from the Ratha, he's actually going to Vrindavan. Okay, that's the feel. So he has come out. He was with Lakshmiji for 15 days, locked up. Now he has taken permission. He's like, I'm going out. And then he sits in the Ratha and he's coming to take out, to meet the gopis in Vrindavan. This is the story behind it. So Lord Jagannath leaves the secluded place where he enjoys the company of the Supreme Goddess of Fortune in Swakiya Ras, and then he goes to Vrindavan where he enjoys the Parkya Ras, and therefore this is the Parkya Ras. All right. The fine white sand spread all over the path resembled the bank of Yamuna, and the small gardens on both sides looked like those of Vrindavan. As Lord Jagannath rode in his car, he saw the beauty on his mind, on both the sides, and his mind was filled with happiness. The pullers of the car are known as Gaudas, and they pulled it with great pleasure. However, the car sometimes went very fast and sometimes very slow. Sometimes the car would just stand still and not move, even though it was pulled vigorously. The chariot therefore moved by the will of the Lord, not by the strength of an ordinary person. As the car stood still, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gathered all his devotees, and with his own hand, he decorated them with flower garlands and sandalwood pulp. Parmanand Puri, Bharati Puri, both were given garland personally and sandalwood pulp from the very hands of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This increased their happiness. Similarly, Advaita Acharya, Nityanand Prabhu, all of them were touched by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They were all very pleased. The Lord also gave garlands and sandalwood pulp to the performers of Sankirtan, and the two chief performers were Swaroop Damodar and Srivas Thakur. There were together 4 parties of Kirtan performers performing, and they were all 4 parties of 24 chanters. In each party, there were also 2 mridanga players, and making an additional 8 persons. When the 4 parties were formed, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after some consideration, divided the chanters. And then he ordered Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Haridas Thakur, and Vakreshwar Pandit to dance in each of these 4 respective parties. Swaroop Damodar was chosen as the leader of the first party and was given 5 assistants to respond to his chanting. The 5 who responded to the singing of Swaroop Damodar were Damodar Pandit, Narayan, Govind Datta, Raghav Pandit, and Sri Govindananda. Advaita Acharya formed another party, and he was ordered to dance in the first group. And then Srivas Thakur was the chief of this group. The 5 singers who responded to Srivas Thakur were Gangadas, Haridas, Shriman, Subhanand, and Shriram. In this manner, Lord formed groups, appointing Govinda Ghosh also, and 2 brothers named Madhav Ghosh and Vasudev Ghosh also joined in the groups. There was a Sankirtan party which was from the Kulinagram. They also made, then the people from Khanda, they also made one party. 4 parties chanted and danced in the front of Lord Jagannath, and on either side was another party. Yet another was on the rear. So altogether there were 7 parties which Nityanand Prabhu made. 4 he made it, and the other people are also gathered. So all the Vaishnavas came together like a big assembly of clouds, and all of them chanted and danced in ecstasy, and tears were falling in everybody's eyes like torrential rains. When Sankirtan resounded, the sound of the Kirtan went to all the 3 worlds, and no one could hear any other sound other than the sound of the Kirtan. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wandered through all the 7 groups. The 7 groups are dancing, and he's going through all the 7 groups, chanting Hari, Hari, and dancing. All glories to Jagannath, all glories to Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was dancing, people felt like that as if he is performing in the Ratha-yātrā. Because in Ratha-yātrā, every gopi felt that Krishna is with me. Similarly, all these 7 parties are feeling that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is with them. And Lord Jagannath was very pleased seeing this Sankirtan moment. And what happened? Jagannath's car just stood still. The people are trying to move it, but it is not moving because everybody was so engrossed in the Kirtan. Kirtan was going so nicely. The car just stood there and everybody is enjoying Sankirtan. And Jagannath is sitting in his Ratha and he's also enjoying the Sankirtan done by the people. Pratap Rudra was also, the king was also watching it, and king was very happy. And then when the king informed Kashi Mishra of the glories of the Lord, Kashi Mishra replied, O king, your fortune has no limit. The king and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya were both aware of Lord's activities, and no one else could see the tricks of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very satisfied to see the king accept the menial task of sweeping the street. And for this humility, the king received the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He could therefore observe the mystery of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Although the king had been refused an interview by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was still indirectly bestowed causeless mercy. We know first Mahaprabhu allowed his cloth to be given to the king. Second, he accepted the king's son. And today in the Rath Yatra, King Pratap Rudra is cleaning and Mahaprabhu is looking at him. So today the king has gotten vision of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was craving for it. Now in Jagannath Rath Yatra, Mahaprabhu is standing, Jagannath is standing, and king is blooming and he's seeing them. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is looking at Mahaprabhu and he was like, okay, Mahaprabhu is pleased. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed his pastimes for some times in this way. He personally sang and induced his personal associates to dance. According to his need, the Lord exhibited one form sometimes and then sometimes many. He was doing this. Sometimes he's in one party, sometimes he's in all the 7 parties. In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced in great jubilation. The Lord Jagannatha mounted on his car and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inspired all his devotees to dance in front of it. The Lord performed kirtan for some time and every devotee was dancing along with him. Sometimes he was jumping so high and coming down in bhava. Offering obeisances to the Lord with folded hands, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu raised his face towards Jagannatha and then he started praying. Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Guru Brahmana Hitaya Cha, Jagadhitaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. Jayati Jayati Devo, Devaki Nandano Sau, Jayati Jayati Krishno, Vrishnivamsha Pradipaha, Jayati Jayati Megha, Shamala Komalango, Jayati Jayati Prithvi, Varanasho Mukundaha. Jayati Jnana Nivaso, Devaki Janmavado, Yaduvara Parishata Swaira, Dorbhiyasyanna Dharmam, Stirachira Vrijinagna, Shushmita Srimukena, Vrajapura Vanitanam, Vardayan Kamadevam. Naham Vipro na cha narapatir, napi Vaishyo na Shudro, Naham Varni na cha Grapatir, na Vanasto Yatirva, Kintu Prodyan Nikhila Paramananda, Kintu Prodyan Nikhila Paramananda Purnamritabdhe, Gopi Bhartu Padakam Lyor, Dasa Dasanu Dasaha. He went on glorifying Lord Jagannatha. He's saying, you are the son of Devaki, you are the Supreme Lord, you are in the dynasty of Vrishni, Your color is like that of the gold. Your body is soft like lotus. You have come to the world to deliver the world from the burden of demons. You are Mukunda, the liberator of everyone. You like cows, you like brahmanas, you're the well-wisher of them. I pay my obeisances to you, O Govinda. I am not a brahmana, I am not a kshatriya, I am not a vaishya, I am not a shudra, nor am I brahmachari, a householder or vanaprastha or sannyasi. I only identify myself as a servant of the servant of the servant of the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. Gopi bhartu padakamalayor dasa anudasa. The maintainer of the gopis, I just think of you as my servant. You are like an ocean of nectar and you are the cause of universe. You are always existing with brilliance. And having recited this verse again and again from the scriptures, the Lord offered his obeisances and all the devotees followed him. He was dancing and jumping and roaring like a thunder and moving in a circle like a wheel. He appeared like a circling fireband. Whenever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stepped while dancing, the whole earth shook. Its hills and seas, they appeared to be tilted. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced. He displayed various blissful transcendental changes in his body. Sometimes he's appearing stunned. Stamba sweda pulaka ashru kampa vaivarnya nana bhave vivasata garva harsha dainya. Sometimes you'd be stunned. Sometimes you would get goosebumps. Sometimes he was perspiring. Sometimes tears in his eyes. And sometimes trembling. And sometimes body would change color. So he's golden. And his body would turn pink. Sometimes he was crying in symptoms of helplessness, pride, exuberance, and humility. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell down with a crash while dancing, he would roll in the ground. At such times, it appeared as if a golden mountain is rolling in the ground. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is rolling. Nityananda Prabhu would stretch out his hand and try to catch the Lord while he was running here and there. Advaita Acharya would walk behind the Lord and loudly chanting, Haribol, Haribol. And just to check that the crowd should not come near him, they made circles. They made a enclosure. First circle was guided by Nityanand, and the second circle was guided by Kashishwar and Govinda. They all linked their hands, and Pratap Rudra and his personal associates made the third circle around the two inner circles, and that is how they were protecting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. With his hands on the shoulders of Harichandan, King Pratap Rudra could see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing, and the king felt great ecstasy. While the king beheld the dancing, Srivas Thakur was chanting in front of him, and he also became ecstatic as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Seeing Srivas Thakur standing before the king, Harichandan touched Srivas with his hand and requested him to step aside. Absorbed in watching Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srivas Thakur could not understand why he was being asked to step aside. So he became a little angry. Srivas Thakur just slapped Harichandan that why are you making me go here? Because Harichandan is trying to move him because he wanted the king to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Srivas Thakur is in his zone. He just hit. He's like, why are you making me go here and there? The king watched this and king is like, he calmed down. Everybody is like, no, calm down, calm down. It is not his mistake. It just calm down. Pratap Rudra, and then he looked at Harichandan and said, don't worry, it's okay, it's okay. Srivas Thakur, he just slapped you, right? He's a devotee of Lord, so don't worry, you are a very fortunate person. Everybody then calmed down and then everybody is watching the dance. Car came to complete standstill and Jagannath, with his unblinking eyes, is watching Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Goddess of fortune, Subhadra and Lord Balrama both felt great ecstasy. They're also sitting in this through and they're watching. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is jumping. All the ecstatic transformations is happening in his body. Everything was visible. Now the bhava went to a highest pinnacle. And what happened? You should hear this now. Mam savrana samaroma vrinda pulkaita simulira vriksha yena kantaka vestita. His skin, full skin is erupted with goose pimples. So just imagine all hair standing and the hair is like pulling out, like that kind of goosebumps you can see, big bumps. His body was resembling like the simulai or the silk cotton tree covered with thorns, as if thorns have come in his body. Indeed, the people became afraid. Now what is happening? We see goosebumps and the goosebumps just go away. But his goosebumps are standing as if so many thorns have just come into his hand. And not only that, he got into so much bhava. Ekeka dantera kampa dekhite laga bhaya loka jane danta sab khasiya padiya. He started chattering. His teeth is chattering because he wants to say Jagannath, Jagannath. But he's in the bhav. He's not able to say Jagannath, Jagannath. So he's saying Jagat, 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 Jagat. So his teeth is like Jagat, Jagat, Jagat. So Jaga, Jaga, Jaga is saying. And so teeth are chattering and people thought that the teeth will just fall down. People are afraid now. And his body started sweating profusely with perspiration. And after some time, there was blood oozing out in his body. And he is making the sound Jaga, 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 Jaga. Tears are forcefully coming out like syringes. And people around him became wet. His bodily complexion changed from white to pink. And now it was resembling like a jasmine flower. Jasmine flowers have little pinkish tinge in them. Sometimes he's appeared stunned. Sometimes he's rolling on the ground. And sometimes his legs and hand became as hard as dry wood. And he did not move. When the Lord fell down to the ground, sometimes his breathing almost stopped. When the devotees saw this, the devotees' lives also became feeble. Water is flowing from his eyes, sometimes through his nostrils. Foam fell from his mouth. These flowings appeared to be torrents of nectar descending from the moon. The foam that fell from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's was taken and drunk by Subhanand because he was very fortunate and expert in relishing the mellow of ecstatic love of Krishna. After Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had performed his devastating dance, for some time, his mind then entered into the mood of ecstatic love. Till now, he's Jaga, 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 he's saying he's in Jagannath and he's in that zone. But now he's got into the Radha mode, Radha Bhav. After abandoning the dance, the Lord ordered Swarupa to sing. Understanding his mind, Swaroop Damodar began to sing. So there was one favorite song he would always sing. We have sung this song previously also. It starts with Seite Parananath Painu Yahalagi Madana Dahane Jurigerinu. Now, I have gained the Lord of my life. Swaroop Damodar is singing in the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I have gained the Lord of my life, in the absence of whom I was being burned by Cupid and was withering away. This song refers to Srimati Radharani's meeting with Krishna. We have spoken about this meeting when they met in Kurukshetra. So this actually resembles that. Bhagwan has come with Lakshmi and his brother and sister from Dwarka. They are the kings there and they are sitting in the Ratha, and Radharani and her coward gopis have come to meet after 100 years of separation. And Radharani in her full form tells, Seita Parananatha Painu. I got my Prananath, the master of my soul. And then the Bhav goes on. This song refers to Srimati Radharani meeting with Krishna at the holy place of Kurukshetra, where Lord Shri Krishna and his brother and his sister came to visit, where there was a solar eclipse. It's very beautifully described where there is a solar eclipse, meaning the sun has come. But yet, the sun is eclipsed. There is a darkness. I can see him, yet I can't see him. I see the love of my life, but he has been eclipsed. Because right now he is with his queens of Dwarka. So the meeting is there, but the meeting is eclipsed. It is a song of separation from, Radharani sings and then Krishna will sing. All the songs are there. So this chapter, first I thought I'll finish it, but no, I have to get into the bhav. Especially when Krishna sings, the heart just melts. You just want to cry. Because we always see the woman's perspective of love. But to see Krishna's perspective of love, oh, because especially when you see Krishna as the giver of Gita, who is giving the knowledge of, going beyond the bhavas and, but when you feel his love, then love is the superpower. All the knowledge of, sukha dukkha same kritva, if sukha dukkha same kritva, if happiness, and he teaches us, be the same in happiness and distress. Then why Krishna are you in distress? Looking at Radha. That means love. When love comes, all the knowledge is gone away. It is good to talk about Brahmagyan unless and until you have experienced love. The day you experience love, all Brahmagyan goes to trash. That Krishna who gives the Brahmagyan, Sukha Dukkhe Samay Kritva, do not be happy, do not be. He also cries. He also cries in love, and you will hear that. When Radharani met Krishna at Kurukshetra, she remembered his intimate association in Vrindavan, and she thought, now I have gained a lot of my life. In his absence, I was being burned by the arrow of Cupid, and thus I was withering away. Now I have my life again. And this song is by Krishna. Ei dhuya uchchai sware gaya damodara anande madhura nitya karena ishvara. When this refrain was sung by Swaroop Damodar, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again began rhythmically dancing in transcendental bliss. Now Jagannathji's car is also moving slowly. Because the song started, now the mood has started. The car is also moving slowly. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dancing. Swaroop Damodar is in his full form, in his full bhav and singing this. जगन्नाथ नेत्र दिए सबे नाचे गाया कीर्तनीय सह प्रभु पाछे पाछे आया जगन्नाथ मग्न प्रभु नयन हृदय श्रीहस्त युगे करे कि तेरा अभिनय. While dancing and singing, all the devotees in front of Lord Jagannath kept their eyes on him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then went to the end of the procession with the Sankirtan performance. His eyes and mind fully absorbed in Lord Jagannath, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to play the drama of the song with his two arms. गौर यदि पाछे चले श्याम हरि स्थिरे गौर आगे चले श्याम चले धीरे धीरे. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dramatically enacting the song, he would sometimes fall behind the procession. At such times, Jagannath is like, how can I miss this? So one Jagannath is sitting in the chariot and real Krishna is dancing behind, enacting the whole scene. So Jagannath used to just stop. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is left behind, so just stop. So the car can't move. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is enacting and he comes in front of the car. And now he's enacting and he's going. And now the car moves slowly, slowly, slowly. Ei mat gaur shame dohe thelata ठेला ठेली स्वर थे स्वया श्याम मेरे राखे गौर महाबली. Thus, there was a sort of competition between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Jagannath. Gaura Shyam. In seeing who would lead. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so strong that he made Lord Jagannath wait in his car. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing, his ecstasy changed. Raising his two arms, he began to recite the following verse in a loud voice. This is his favorite verse. Yau kaumara harasa eva hi varas, daeva chaitra kshapas, dekon milita malati surabhaya, prauda kadambanila. Sa chaivasmi tatapi tatra surata, vyapara lila vidhau. Revarodasita vetasita utale cheta samuta kanthate. That's such a beautiful meaning. This was written by Rupa Goswami in Madhya-lila. That very personality who stole my heart, this is Radhani's Bhav. That very personality who stole my heart in my youth is now my pati, my master. These are the same moonlit nights. So this is Kurukshetra, understand. So the scene is Kurukshetra. After 100 years of separation, they are seeing the night is the same. Radhani says, Radhani is in the zone. The night is the same. But my mind is in that night when I was young. I gave my heart to him. He is my master. Though he is appearing in front of everybody as a master of the praja, of the people, sitting in the Rath, sitting as a king on his throne. But my mind is still thinking of that same moonlit nights of the month of Chaitra. The same fragrance of Malti flowers is there. The same sweet breeze is flowing from the Kadamba forest. In our intimate relationship, I am the same lover, yet my mind is not happy here. I am eager to go back to that place on the bank of the Reva, where under the Vetasi tree, that is my desire. Ei shloke Mahaprabhu pade 12 Swaroop vina artha ke na jane hara. Mahaprabhu went on reciting this slok again and again. I want to take him to that same Reva. I want to take him to near the Vetasi tree. The same, I want to be with him in that same youthful form. I don't want to see him in this Ratha sitting here. This is not the one I love. But I still love him. He's my lover. I love him. It's such a beautiful feeling. Just a beautiful feeling. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is singing this slok again and again, again and again. Other than Swaroop Damodar, nobody understands the meaning of this. Because this is in the mood of Radha. This shloka had been spoken earlier also, so we have understood this meaning. Formally, all the gopis of Vrindavan were very pleased when they met with Krishna in the holy place of Kurukshetra. Similarly, after seeing Lord Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awoke the ecstasy of gopis. Being absorbed in this ecstasy, he asked Swaroop Damodar to sing the refrain. So he kept chanting, and then he is now in the gopi mood. And then he looked at Swaroop, and Swaroop knows he wants to sing. He wants me to sing the gopi song. And that's the same song he started. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke thus to Lord Jagannath. He's in Radha. You are the same Krishna, and I am the same Radha. I am the same Radha. We are meeting in the same way that we met in the beginning of our lives. Avesheshe Radha Krishne kare nivedana sei tumi sei ami sei nav sangama sei tumi sei ami sei nav sangama. We are meeting in the same way we met in the beginning of our lives. Tathapi amara mana hare vrindavana vrindavane uday kara apana charana. Although we are both the same, my mind is still attracted to Vrindavan Bhav. I wish that you will please appear with your lotus feet in Vrindavan. So he's in Puri. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Radharani says, come with me in Puri. What is the point of being here? Come with me to Vrindavan. इहालो कारण्य हाथी घोड़ा रथ ध्वनि ताहा पुष्पारण्य भृंग पीकनाद सूनि. So the mind is in three places right now. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Puri, but he is in Radha Bhav in Kurukshetra. And he's looking at Krishna and she's looking at Krishna. And she says, let's go to Vrindavan. Let's go to Vrindavan. Here there is so much of sound. There are so much crowds in Kurukshetra. All these elephants, these horses, the rattling of chariots. Come with me to Vrindavan. Vrindavan is beautiful because there are flower gardens. There are bumblebees. There are chirping of birds. These crowds are not there. Rath Yatra also the crowd is there. Here at Kurukshetra, oh Krishna, you are dressed like a royal prince, accompanied by great warriors. But in Vrindavan, you just appeared like a ordinary cowherd boy, accompanied by your beautiful flute. Here there is not even a drop of transcendental happiness that you and I enjoyed in Vrindavan. I therefore request you to come to Vrindavan and enjoy the pastimes with me. If you do so, your ambition will be fulfilled. In this ecstatic mood, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recited many other verses, but people could not understand. Swaroop Goswami was understanding everything. However, Sri Rupa Goswami has broadcast the meaning. While dancing, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to recite the following verse, which he tasted in the association of Swaroop Damodar Goswami. Ahuschate nalina nabhapadar vindam yoga ishwaraira hridi vichintyam agada bodhai samsara kupapati tottarana तारणावलंबम गेहम जुषामपि मनसि उदीयात सदा नः. The gopi spoke, dear Lord, you whose navel is like a lotus flower, your lotus feet are the only shelter for those who have fallen in the deep well of material existence. Your feet are meditated upon by great mystic yogis and highly learned philosophers. We wish that this lotus feet may also be awakened within our hearts, although we are only ordinary persons engaged in household affairs. Anyera hridaya mana mora mana vrindavana. Anyera hridaya mana mora mana vrindavana. Mane vane kari jani taha tomar pada dvaya कराहा यदि उदया तबे तुम्हारा पूर्ण कृपामानी. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the mood of Radharani, said, for most people, the mind and the heart are one. But my mind is never separated from Vrindavan. I consider my mind and Vrindavan to be one. My mind is already in Vrindavan, and you also like Vrindavan. So will you please place your lotus feet there? I would deem that your full mercy. Meaning, people's mind and heart are different. People's heart are thinking something, their mind is in the world. But my Lord, my mind, my heart is one, and my mind and heart and Vrindavan is one. And you like Vrindavan. So come in my heart, come in my mind, and physically also come to Vrindavan. Prananath, He Prananath, Sunamora Satya Nivedana, Sunamora Satya Nivedana, Vrajamara Sadana, Vrajamara Sadana, Taha Tomar Sangama, Na paile na rahe jivana, na paile na rahe jivana, prananath sunamora satya nivedana, sunamora satya nivedana. Oh my dear Lord, oh my Prananath, kindly hear. Kindly hear my prayer, my true submission. I submit it, my plea. Please hear, I plead to you. Vraja Amar Sadana, my home is Vrindavan. Taha Tomar Sangama, and I wish your association there. Na paile na rahe jivana. If I don't get your association, and that too in Vrindavan, I don't think so I can live. I have lived for 100 years waiting for the moment you will come to Vrindavan and be with me. Oh, sorry, if I do not get it, the association in Vrindavan, it will be very difficult for me to keep my life. And then she goes on saying, maybe I'll just take this shloka and then we'll end it up here. Or maybe I'll just take Radhani's Bhav and end it up here. She says, Purve Uddhava Dvare Ebe Sakshat Mare Yoga Jnane Kahila Upaya Tumi Vidagdha Kripamaya Jano ho Hamara Hriday More Ach. More ache kahite dayuyaya. My dear Krishna, you were staying in Mathura and you sent Uddhav to teach me all this knowledge, the speculative knowledge, sukha dukkha samekritva. There is no such thing called happiness, no such thing called distress. There is no such thing called meeting. There is no such thing called separation, Atma, Paramatma, all those big knowledge. You sent Uddhav to teach me the mystic yoga. Now you are also speaking the same thing, but my mind does not accept it. There is no place in my mind for Jnana Yoga or Dhyana Yoga. Although you may know very well, Uddhav said, you are in everybody's heart. You are the Paramatma, you're in everybody's heart. Uddhav said that. So if you are in everybody's heart, don't you know the situation of my heart? How you are unaware of that? My mind and my heart is nothing but Vrindavan. And in that Vrindavan, my mind and my heart doesn't think anything of else but you and me sitting near Yamuna. So you are in everybody's heart. So don't you know what's going on? You are still instructing me in Jnana Yoga and Dhyana Yoga. Don't you know I don't understand this? I'm just a simple person. It is not right for you to do so. If you really are Jnani, You understand it. What you're doing is not right. What you did, sending Uddhav to explain me. Do you know what happened? Chitta kadi tu mahaita, vishaye chahi lagaite, yatna kari nari, kadi bari. Tare dhyana siksha karaha, lokaha sana mara, sthana sthana, na kari vichare. You know what happened, Krishna? I tried to withdraw my consciousness from you. I tried to put my mind into a lot of material activities. But even though I try, I cannot do so. Because I am naturally inclined to you. Even though I try to take my mind to different things, I can't do it. Because my mind only keeps thinking of you. You gave the instruction to meditate on you. I find them totally ridiculous. You are killing me in this way, telling me to take my mind away, meditate, put it somewhere else. Chitta kadi tuma haite. You are killing me, Krishna. It is not good for you. Vishay chahe lagaite yatna kari, nari kari bare. I tried, I cannot withdraw my mind from you. I cannot withdraw my mind from you. Tara tare dhyana siksha kara, loka asana mara. You have made me an object of ridicule. You are inconsiderate. It is not very good of you to think of me as a candidate for your instruction. For a pure devotee, Rupa Goswami said, Ananya Bhakti. This is Ananya Bhakti. Radharani's Bhakti is Ananya Bhakti, nothing else. Ananya Bilashita Shunyam Janma Karmadi Anavritam Anukulyena Krishna Anushilanam Bhakti Uttama. Where we leave everything. There is no indulgence in mystic yoga, dhyana yoga, jnana yoga. Forget about asking anything. Forget about liberation. Our liberation is to see Krishna. And if that Krishna says, forget, that Krishna says, talk about Atma, Paramatma. You don't understand. You're killing us. You may talk about everything, but for us, it's you. Nothing else beyond you. This is the situation of love. She says, do you know how we gopis are? Have you forgotten? Possibly. You have left us. Nahe gopi yogeshwara पद कमल तोमार ध्यान करी पाई बेसंतोष तोमारा वाक्य परिपाटी तारा मध्य कुटी नाती सुनी गोपीरारो बाड़े रोषा. All your teaching you should have given to some mystic yogis who are practicing. We are simple cowherd ladies. We are not like the mystic yogis. We cannot be satisfied by meditating at your lotus feet and imitating the so-called yogis. Teaching the gopis of dhyana yoga is another kind of duplicity. When they are instructed to sit and do all this yoga, pranayam, dhyana, they are not satisfied. On the contrary, the gopis become more and more angry with you. Do you know what is the condition of the gopis? Do you know? You have not seen them. You left, promising you will come. You know what happened after that? देह स्मृति नाही यारा, संसार कूप कहा तारा, ताहा हई ते न चाहे उद्धारा। विरह समुद्र जले, कामाति मिंगिले गिले, गोपी गण नेह तारा पारा. Do you know what happened to the gopis? You're talking about Dhyana Yoga. The gopis have fallen into great ocean of separation from you. They are being devoured by the Timingila fish in the ambition to serve you. They are burning day in and day out. The ocean is filled with water, but the ocean in which we are burning is an ocean of fire, and fishes are there, fishes of anxiety, of hankering, that one day you will come. We are ready to go through this burning feeling in the hope that one day you will come. And you don't come and you send Uddhav to give us this discourse on Dhyana Yoga. We are being devoured by that fish. Do you know? You're talking about conceptions, material, spiritual. Leave that concept to yourself. Since they have no material conception of life, we don't have that conception. You're talking of liberation. What is liberation? There is no material conception of life to us. Our life is you. We do not know anything. No matter, no subject matter is in our heart and mind other than you. You understand that? The gopis do not want liberation desired by the yogis. The yogis are looking for liberation. We are looking for you. Liberation, we are not looking. People are meditating for some material benefits. We are not meditating for that. We just want you to be in Vrindavan. We are waiting, waiting, waiting. Do you know the gopis do not want liberation, for they are already liberated from the material existence. How amazing it is. Krishna, you have forgotten everything. Vrindavana, Govardhana, Yamuna, Pulina, Vana. You've forgotten Vrindavan. You've forgotten Govardhan. You've forgotten Yamuna, Pulin, the banks of Yamuna. You've forgotten all the forest of Vrindavan. Sei kunje rasadika hilila. We did so many. We enjoyed so much. Have you forgotten your father, mother? Sei vrajera, vrajajana, all the people of Vraja who gave you such unconditional love. Have you forgotten all of them and you're sending Uddhav to give us knowledge? Sei vrajera, vrajajana, mata pita bandhugana, bada chitra ke mane pasarila. How have you forgotten your mother, your father, your friends? Have you forgotten the Govardhan? How amazing it is that you've forgotten everything, Krishna. How did you forget the Yamuna banks where we enjoyed the Ratha-yātrā dance with you? How did you forget that? Krishna, now I look at you. You look like a very refined gentleman. Vidagdha, mridu, sadaguna. Expert in everything. You have become a great king. And you talk so sweetly with all qualities you possess. Sushila, snigdha, karuna. You are well behaved. You're soft hearted and merciful. I know. Not a tinge of fault can be found in you. Tumi tomara nahi dosha bhasha. There is no fault in you. You are perfect. I know it. तबे ये तुम्हारा मन नाही स्मरे व्रज जन सेई आमारा दुर्दैव विलास. You are perfect in everything, yet your mind does not even remember the inhabitants of Vrindavan. This is only my fear, my misfortune, nothing else. I do not care for my personal unhappiness, but when I see the morose face of Mother Yashoda, when I see the hearts of all the inhabitants of Vrindavan breaking because of you, I wonder, when did you become this cruel? That you want to kill all of them by not coming. You didn't come even once to show your face. Or do you want to enliven them by coming there? What do you want to do? Don't you ever feel like that? Why are you simply keeping them alive? Uddhav said, you are Paramatma. Why are you keeping them alive? Why don't you kill them all? You are expert in killing. Why don't you kill them all? Why have you kept them in the state of suffering? How cruel did you become? Kena jiyao dukha sahibare. Why do you keep them alive in a state of suffering? तुम्हारा ये अन्य वेश अन्य संग अन्न देश व्रज जाने कभू नाई भाया व्रज भूमि चढ़िता नारे तुमाना देखिले मारे व्रज भूमि चढ़िता नारे तुम्हारे न देखिला मारे व्रज जनेर की हबे उपाय. The inhabitants of Vrindavan do not like to see you dressed like a king. Nor do they want to associate with great warriors in different countries. We are not warrior class. They cannot leave the land of Vrindavan, and without your presence, they are all dying. What is their condition to be? Tumi vrajera jivan. Let me remind you, you have become a prince. Probably you have all these crowds. Let me remind you. Tumi vrajera jivan. Vraja rajera. Rajera prana dhana. Tumi vrajera. Sakala sampada. Kripadra tumhara mana. Asi jiyao vraja jana. Vraje udaya. Karao nijapad. Let me remind you, Krishna, my dear Krishna, you are the life. You are the life and soul of Vrindavan Dham. You are especially the life of Nanda Maharaj. And you are the only opulence of Vrindavan. Vrindavan does not know any opulence but you. You are in Dwarka, full opulent. All your queens are probably seeing your opulence. For us, our opulence is just you. You are the only opulence in the land of Vrindavan. Let me also remind you, and I know it from my heart, you are very merciful. Show that mercy one more time. I told you the situation of Vrindavan now. All the inhabitants of Vrindavan, they are burning in ocean of separation. So please be merciful again. Please come and let those residents of Vrindavan live. Free them from their suffering. Kindly keep your lotus feet. They are burning. If your lotus feet comes in Vrindavan, that burning will go away. Please come. You are so merciful. And this way, she just spoke her mind to Krishna. And then Krishna's heart was like completely moved. So Radhan is in tears. Krishna is in much more tears, but he's a man. And he's surrounded by his people. He's a king, he's a prince, he's a ruler, a diplomat, an aristocrat. He's looking at Radharani, he's understanding everything, and now he couldn't hold himself, and then he lets his heart out. What he said, I think we'll hear it tomorrow. We'll end it up here because it's already time up. I didn't want to end it abruptly. Whatever he said, his love, we will hear it tomorrow. Okay. So we'll just stop the class now. This is such a beautiful thing. I can't even explain you. I mean, it is just to be going in, you have to just be in the mood. That's all. Ma, can we get a copy of Geet Govind? Geet Govind, I'm going to start this week, just letting you guys know. It'll be in Hindi, but it is for that other group which comes in India 5 o'clock in the morning. So from tomorrow, Geet Govind will start. So you guys will get Geet Govind on the channel. The links will be provided to you. So you can hear from there. Okay. Hit Chaturasi, also the books Okay, I think she has given. You can take that. Hit Chaturasi anyways. The thing is there. All right. So we ended at how difficult it would be to love without Krishna when he went saying, I'll be back in 3 days, and he never came back. Radha, and he promised Krishna that she won't shed a tear. Yeah. Ma, why did Krishna not come back to Vrindavan? We'll talk about this later. Ma, it seems Radhaji expressed her anguish for the first time. Probably she cannot hold it any longer. Yeah. All right. So we ended up here, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. Okay. Jai Shri Krishna. May our days and night be Chaitanya mein. Radhe Radhe. Hari Bol.
Jai Shri Krishna Ma.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you.